you're still in the stream, tell everybody refresh. I think they have to refresh. Okay. As soon as the research is done, actually, let's look at how many science packs we have in storage. We might be able to just shut off research completely. Yeah, we have enough purple. Oh, blues, though. Somebody did not limit blues. How about, oh, somebody didn't limit these either. Actually, think of it, that's fine. Blues, though. Those are iffy. Because we have red. Okay, power is a little testy.
On
Hopefully we
it.
can squeak through that. Is there anything that we can disable? It should help. Purples is shut down. Let's check red and green. Red and greens can be shut down. I'm just taking out the inserters. Check military. We might have enough. Might. We've got 6, 8. Yeah, we have enough military, I think. Oh, not that inserter. That inserter. No. Check the achievement here. Pull this back up. 31 minutes. So we need, as I was saying, the low density structure, we need a giant setting for that. We need rocket control units set up somewhere where we can use blues. We're going to have to amplify blues once that happens. So as soon as high-tech science, do we have any savings in all that we can get in here? See, I still don't think we're going to be able to do it.
Okay, I just doubled our speed on the copper on for that lower part, the last part we did.
Okay. Military science. I turned that off, so as soon as that all that stuff backlogs, it should stop. I just want to try to eliminate as much of our bleeding of resources as possible from these. Blues are still going because that was iffy. How many? So we're quite a ways in. 2, 4, 500 blues in there. How many is this? It's 1,000. I'm gonna let it go for a little more, and then I'm gonna shut blues down because they're bleeding our reds. Oh, red circuits. Yeah, they stopped because I'm not pushing reds in there anymore. Darn. So one more burst of red should help that out a little bit. How are reds doing down here? Are all these assemblers going? Oh, see, we got some assemblers that are not going right here. Why is that? Why do you not? We have, oh, yep, they missed one inserter there.
Plastic will be ramped back up.
That red is not going. Why is that red not going? Inserters are the wrong way. This one is not going because why is this one not going? Oh, that one's not even set to. Okay, that one should start processing now. Yeah, our copper is going to disappear. I'm actually getting all of these reds squared away here. Oh, my A key is acting up now.
If we can get expand that copper a little bit more so that that line coming up from the bottom is packed, I think.
Yeah, I'm
that'll
working
work.
on
Okay.
giving it a little bit more, adding some more ovens on there too.
As soon as that research is done, we're going to cut off. Well, we can't cut off reds. We can't cut off blues.
I'm gonna make a couple more labs.
Actually, copper. I don't know how it recovered, but it did.
Yeah, because I doubled the, I changed over from just regular furnaces to steel.
Yeah. Now, I think our main issue right now is power. That's why everything is kind of backing up, because we don't have the power systems to handle that. So what can we do about that?
I'm on it. I'm making another stack of power plants down here.
Okay. Do we have the coal? Do I have any miners? Can I help with this at all? I only have 3 miners. I gotta walk all the way back up here. Okay. So let's see if we can push some more coal in there. Look how dark it is down here. Good God, it's so dark. See how the lights, lights are like, ugh, not enough power. Okay, so we need.
I sort of hook into the coal down here to power the last stack. Didn't balance it.
Yeah,
I'll
adding
lend
some
you a hand.
coal. I think I can just do this directly. Oops, directly like that. Oh, somebody have a splitter?
Yeah.
Toss a splitter down here. Right where I'm
On
standing.
my way.
Right where I'm standing. The splitter to merge these 2 lines. There you go. Alright, now we need water up here, and I don't know if we have water. Got some down here that we might be able to tap into. Let's see if I have. I've got some undergrounds.
Oh, I knew if I got something.
Okay, I about doubled the, hopefully the copper down here.
And of course we get attacked. Wow.
It should hold for a while yet.
Yeah.
Need 7 more steam engines.
Yeah, it's all iron. Going to. I don't know if I should do more smoke with all that. Yeah, Jorn. Little late. Economize it. Are these all for low density?
Yep.
Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of steel.
That's 30 seconds of craft.
True. That's 10 steel a piece, though. Literally 3 steel a second. No. 30 seconds craft. 10 steel. So, yeah, it's a third of a steel craft. So every 3 of those is a steel per second. Who did the math on that? 30 seconds, 10 steel. And steel crafts at a rate of 1 every 17.5 seconds. So in 30 seconds, that's roughly a little over 2 steel. So yeah, it's almost 2 smelters per crafter.
And we got power again.
Yep, power's back up, which is very, very helpful. Ever the pollution grows. Okay, red's doing good again. Let's take and blue. Let's see, I'm gonna check my blues. We might have enough for blues. We have a little over 200 left. I think. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. Military's all backed up, so it'll slowly stop eating materials. Looks like batteries are doing great, so excellent on that.
Ramcheck, if you want to help clear out all these trees.
Looks like somebody is working on rocket fuel.
Yep, that should be all in place.
Okay, and now we need. It's the rocket control units that I'm really worried about. Those things are brutal to craft. I mean, it is brutal crafting those things. Speed modules and such. Good God, they're just, they're tearing us apart. Yep, there that goes. Man, those guys are tough. Holy cow.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Now where? Oh. What's this? What? I'm gonna take some replacement guys up there. I don't want them to come through and just start busting everything apart. That would not be good. With the piercing ammo though, it looked like they still had a little bit of regular ammo in them.
Yeah, I didn't take it actually out of the turrets. Damn. Are we gonna need more blue circuits?
It's very likely.
I'm gonna expand it then. Another 1 or 2.
Let's do just one more, because we're really limited on reds. But once we shut down high-tech science, that will make a big difference. Because right now that's dwindling fast. Rockets, I mean, they're doing really well, but the research is doing really well. Haven't run out of high-tech yet, which is very, very good. But it sure is taking its sweet time. Yeah, 16 minutes left, guys.
We're so good. If we do miss it, it's gonna be by minutes.
Well, we still have to craft the rocket. And that thing takes a while. We have the materials for crafting the well, we have most of the materials for crafting the satellite, so that's not a big issue. Yeah, look at red circuits. Man, that's crazy. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20. We have 44 crafters on red circuits, and these things are just brutal. Absolutely brutal how slow these things are. And yeah, blue circuits are slow, but you need far fewer of them. Red circuits, for some reason, are always the clincher. Okay, military should be quieting down.
You need all this cleared out here, or what?
I have a feeling we're going to.
Officially with the foods again. Shut down blues, so we're going to absolutely shut down blues. Rely on the power. I want them to just turn off. So take this in. This in. This in. This in. Lose the shutdown. Whoever wants it crafts next are just going to be the few mining bills that are left in the system over here. Is all I should craft those out. Okay, reds are shut down, purples are shut down, greens are shut down. Actually, yes, those two are shut down. Blues is shut down, military is shut down. High-tech science. I actually think we can shut that down. Depends on how many we're done. Doesn't.
So next we
really-
need rocket control units, or are you working on that?
I'm managing research right now to make sure we're gonna get that done in time. We do need
All
rocket
right.
control units. I just don't have the materials on me. I don't have any assembly machines. I don't have anything like that.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate. Batteries.
I'm gonna bring the rocket fuel in. I'm gonna take up one of the copper lines.
Yep, that's fine. Ram, check this line right here. If you've got some undergrounds on you, I need I need half of that to be red.
Which one? Where are you at?
I just gave you some
Right.
backgrounds.
Yeah. Okay. Right. this line right in front of you.
Yep.
Need half of that to be red circuits.
Okay. Are we getting that off the belt?
Yep. Should come down from right up above.
11 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely turn off high-tech science. So, turn it off. Basically stop blue circuits from going up there. Oh,
And I need
jeez.
it to come in on the west side of the belt.
All right.
You and rocket control units over there might have
Yep.
to finagle this a little bit differently over here. So let's hit your blues.
Okay. I need copper to come down on this other line.
That's easy enough. Turn reds off right here. So we stop going up to high-tech science. I'm gonna move my mic closer because people are probably like, dude, we can't hear you. Nine minutes.
So the rocket saddle finished there.
What are we doing over here? Okay, what is this? Okay. So that's, I'm guessing that is for the
Speed modules.
speed. The thing is done.
Already, all that whole row on that. Yep, low densities there.
There goes steel.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Steel chest.
Is the rocket fuel making it fine?
Do not know. Okay, I need 100. Let's see, go to here. Oh, I need 100 processing units. I'm gonna craft up. I need to craft up 5 radars. Good lord, all these things. I need 100 of these.
I got a radar on me.
So do I.
Just a single one.
Where you at, buddy?
Okay, right here.
Take it that way. I don't know how to trade with people.
Satellites
Yep, on me.
or panels,
2, 3.
whatever.
Okay, rocket fuel. Where is that coming in? Oh, I see it. I think I need 50 rocket fuel. Okay, got exactly 50. Boy, that was touch and go. And then I need 100. I think it's 100. 100 low density structure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. $60.
Do you need the cement?
Not for the rocket, not for the satellite. If you want to craft the silo, that would be great, and we can start immediately crafting all the rest of this stuff.
I need to scoop up a bunch of circuits.
70. 80.
Get some power on that, please. Oh, I don't know why I put.
90. Satellite is made. We just need the silo. Let's
Need a few more engines. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna have it done, but may as well keep going and see how close we can get.
Yeah, the silo can go right down in here. Because we've got the, most of the stuff done down here. Rocket control units, that's the big one. That is processing unit and speed module. How many speed modules do we have crafting? That's 15 seconds. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can do 10 rocket control units.
Okay.
At least for the speed modules that you have. We might be even get another speed module out of there and do a couple more, 2-to-1 ratio on that. Okay, where's the output from these going?
That,
Out here?
no, on the other side. The blues need to be drugged down. Those go
Okay.
in.
You're gonna add.
Power.
Well, yeah, you need a few more rocket control unit crafters. Like I said, you can do 2-to-1, so you have 5. You can do 10 because these are also 30-second craft. So every 30
We can get
seconds,
one
we're gonna
more.
get 10.
If we can get one more, that can go down there.
Silo right down here.
Yep, somewhere down here. So if you can get one more speed module in there, you can get 2 more rocket control units.
more iron plate.
I got some.
Okay, silo. Here. Somebody want to bring down the rocket fuel?
I get it. I'm out of red belts, but yellows will do for a little bit.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
put those right in here.
Was that 2 more after the 10 buggy? If I put in another one up there?
Yeah, if you've got 6 up there, you can do 12. So,
All right.
Nice fit.
that's what she said. Alright, make sure we don't have anything extra. I've got one thing for the satellite. That's going to load, and we're going to do launch on cargo. So the second this is done, it's going to launch. Now we're just waiting on rocket control units. So if you've got anything in your inventory, anything that we need, go ahead and dump it into whatever assembler that you may have. So steel, copper, circuits, stuff like that. That'll just help keep this thing running smoothly. Especially blue circuits if you have any of those. Really? 9 things they're destroying? Look at that! That's a huge attack.
Get through the wall.
I mean,
It's-
they're just kind of. Boy, that big biter was just chewing through things. Yeah, we've moved on to the blue biters now, and that's not cool. All right, we are at 4% with 0 minutes to go. We are done.
Ah. So close.
Oh, man. So, retrospective. Where could we have improved?
Well, if I had not taken off for 2 hours, that probably would have helped.
That would have helped a lot, yeah.
The bullshittery at the start as well.
Yeah, sorry about taking so long to get on. I was having problems with that Discord server.
Oh, really?
Well, it was my fault on my end with the trying to get on it.
Yep, rocket control units. That's where. Well, we've got blues coming in at a pretty good clip, although they might be going down a little bit. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
I
can
think they're
check.
backing up a little bit.
We can check production and consumption of them. So if we look, yeah, we're making 64 a minute, and we're consuming only 19 a minute.
Hey, are we producing production modules anywhere?
No.
Oh, so we can't put any into the silo.
Nope. Could grab them by hand,
That's true.
but that's 30 blues plus 5 times. That's 5. That's 25. That's. No, that's 5. That's 30. Each one of those is 260 of it, but 2 is 130. It's 130 red circuits and 30 blues for each productivity module. Yeah, modules just eat reds. I mean, they just eat them.
I am pocket grafting a couple just for the silo.
Your greens for modules, or did you must have scooped? Yeah, I think you scooped up a bunch. That's why.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's always research, Stratus. It's always research. It's just.
I think we need to. I think we need to stay a little bit more on top of the research.
Well, I was pretty on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we only veered off a little bit for a couple things, namely the locomotive, which was right away.
Which was fine, but there was a few times where there wasn't anything going on for research, and I mean, really, one of us could have started the next research in the chain. Wouldn't have been that difficult.
I don't remember. Did you research the research speed?
Yeah, and I broke off and I did a couple of those because it was just taking so long. So I bet you if we would
to the beginning.
Yeah, if we would have done those earlier, that would have made a big difference. Like 2 or 3 of those would have made a big difference, you know, going forward. So yeah, that is one area that we could definitely improve is sacrifice a little time for research speed. Because you know our crafting of science packs, even though it's derpy here and there, overall it was not too bad. High tech went a little slow due to blues, because it's 3 blues a piece, so that takes a little while.
Right.
So if we look at that ratio.
Overall, on the science packs, though, at least up until that point, we were doing a pretty good job of keeping that material flowing right into the production of just the science packs.
Right.
And so I think, you know, if we were to give this another shot, we did that. We did a couple of the first, you know, 2, maybe 3 research speeds, more towards the beginning, especially when, you know, we're waiting to get blue pots going. And, you know, if we throw them in there, like, you know, earlier today, we had enough red and green science. We could have done those.
Right.
It seemed like the getting ramped up on the iron and copper and all that took a long time to do.
Yeah, and that's where having more people, because there was one time where there was just like me and Os. No, it was like just me and Os on here, and I mean, yeah, we could have had a bunch of people working on iron and a bunch of people expanding copper. You know, I really like this seed for that fact. Is there's lots and lots of potential.
I think next time, if we got, you know, say if we have 10 people on, if we have 2 people on iron, 2 people on copper, and then like Oz, he did a phenomenal job with all the oil stuff. So if we have him on steel and oil, that would probably go pretty good. And then, you know, if we have another person or 2 just helping cut trees, then maybe Buggy, if you have a few of these, make a couple of blueprints of some of this stuff.
Yeah, if you had the blueprints all of everything that we've done here already ahead of time, We just plop them all down and then just everybody fill them in.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that just to see if we could do it on the fly, rather than pre-planning the whole thing. Um,
But like the red circuits here, if we made a blueprint of that real quick, that would kind of help out a little bit. At least, maybe not the whole chain, but one stack or one, you know what I mean?
yeah. 17%. Are those productivity modules done? Are you crafting those?
Let me see. I have 5 of the 2s left for the first of the 3.
Yeah, they don't. It's not a slow craft, that's for sure.
I should have started crafting those a while ago.
Well, at least we know we need 120 boilers next time. Well, steam engines.
Yeah, that's true. We know how much power we're gonna need, which is really helpful because we can, do that right away.
I say we do 160 just to be on the safe side,
Good idea.
If we have that all set up from the beginning, bam, and enough coal to make sure that it's fed, that could go a long way.
I mean, yeah, you could blueprint that setup down there. Oh, it's so dark.
Wondered why I was all of a sudden slowing down. I was running on a belt backwards. Well, that's awesome. I'm down
right
by
back.
power. That's a lot of power.
Did you guys lose a lot of time by cutting down trees?
I don't think it was all that much. It really, I mean, yeah, it really wasn't all that much. We lost a lot of time fighting the biters. Oz was up there working on that defense perimeter right in the middle of us trying to, do stuff. And it was like, oh, man, I really intended to not have that issue. So, yeah, I think that smelting setup that you have up there really got that going a lot faster because that pushed the pollution up really fast in that area, is having all that processing and smelting up there.
Yeah. I think it would have expanded there anyway, but yeah.
I think another thing we should have done is, like right here where I'm standing, we've got all basically this mini mall. And, if we would have had that coming right off the bus, material would have been fed into the bus faster.
That's not even using material from the bus.
I know, but it would have encouraged getting material to the bus a little faster. We could have supplemented with we could have started with what's coming into this.
I don't think so. We've got 4 lanes of iron going in, and we were using it. So if we were pulling another one off just for this setup down here, I don't think. I mean, we would have. I liked how that worked. Actually, I liked that we had a little setup for some inserters and some belt stuff, and didn't have to worry about that bleeding iron from the main bus. And we actually took that iron ore down by about 200,000 right there. So about 200,000 iron went into that little setup up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff is still backing up.
What is?
The blue circuits.
Good, that's a good amount of blue circuits then. Yeah, we should have gotten blue circuits going a lot sooner. I mean, that was a serious lag from when I researched that to when it was actually built.
All right, first productivity module went in.
Yay! Productivity 10%. Jesus.
I know.
Where are my god modules?
Yeah, energy consumption plus 80%.
Yeah.
Speed minus 15%. Somebody quick build a beacon and some speed modules.
The
What
speed
about,
really is negligible because of how fast we're
know.
loading in rocket control units.
What about on research, doing the speed modules and that mine's gone blank again, but for the research,
What do you mean?
well, can't you use the
Speed modules in the labs?
yeah.
You
No.
could. It just requires resources to build them, and then it's the added amount of science packs that you use.
Over by walls, we're getting attacked.
Oh man, 16. Good God. Yeah, it looks like a pretty big attack too.
You're gonna hate me.
Why?
I forgot I had the other 3 productivity 3s.
What?
Yeah, I pocket crafted them a long time ago.
Well, it's Oss's fault that we lost then.
It's true.
No, it's Diego's fault. He didn't join us at all for this attempt. Could have used his help.
My head is just not with it today, apparently. And it's not lack of sleep this time. I think it's too much sleep.
Oh man, from one end of the spectrum to the other.
It takes me a while to readjust.
Hey, Buggy,
Yeah.
could I get my patron status in Discord?
Say that again?
I'm a patron,
Okay.
and I'm not under the patron list.
I usually do that the first of the month because that's when it's all processed. Otherwise, somebody might join up like that. And
Yeah, I joined 2 months ago.
You did? Oh my god, yeah, I'll hop on that. Holy crap. Yeah, I'll do that. Not a problem.
Well,
Boy,
the last month, mid last month, you sent me a message what my handle was.
Yeah, I apologize.
No need.
Too much gaming, man.
Yeah, I got so many irons in the fire that it's just like it adds up.
Hey, I just left over there. Now what's blowing things up?
There's another one out
Oh
there.
man, they're taking out the walls. So there's like 600 walls in there that they're gonna destroy.
I'm on my way back.
Ram check is right there.
You did.
So many of these things are dead.
I think if we had robots, that would have helped.
Yeah, but getting that all set up and the material.
I don't have anything to repair or anything with.
Wow, that was...
Getting a setup for them isn't so bad.
This whole top line of turrets is gone. Where I'm standing, this whole corner over here is turretless. They've obliterated this whole corner.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. That's right. Jeez. Things are pretty relentless. I think they'd, learn that just to give up. Oh man, here's a bunch more. Oh crap, guys. Oh man. Run. Oh, run.
In other words, run to buggy.
Yes, yes, run to me. I don't have any. I just used up. Oh no! Ow! Ow, 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 ow.
Buggy's gonna have the first death.
Where's a turret? I need to find a turret over here somewhere.
All the way to the east.
That's right, okay. Run!
So if you get the one right in front of you, I'll get the one too.
Oh! I survived! Yeah, they're burrowed through that wall, and then they were over by oil, ready to pounce on it. Darn it. Didn't have any fish to heal me. Fish.
Ooh, they're still coming in.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's no backing that up. Let me go over here and see what our rocket's at.
56.
Oh, nice.
Oz, did you jump them other modules in by chance?
Yeah, I did know.
Okay.
Yay. All right, 61, 62. Nice. Steel is hurting just a little bit, but it's holding its own. Should have split balanced that. That would have been the smart thing to do. Uh-oh.
I died.
We need walls.
Okay, Wiley, got you upgraded. I know I'm going to have a few. See, they have to be in the channel for me to actually be able to promote them, because this doesn't list people that aren't online anymore. So if you're not online and I go in to try to sort that out, I can't actually click on your name and promote you.
That might be explain it then.
Oh yeah. I really wish we could craft some of the rocket stuff before the silo. Like the low density structure. That would be nice to be able to craft up those. You know, craft up 1,000 of those. And actually, no, you need 10, 100. You need 10,000. Craft up 10,000 of those, and then not have to worry about them.
Need a bunch.
We're at 71, 72, almost 73.
Where did that one come from? Oh, it must have been one of the ones that was following Buggy.
No, those I led into their
There's
deaths.
one in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe he was lost. Maybe he didn't have his mini map.
Oh, shit.
Holy crap, we got a ton of iron up here.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to join a while ago. I didn't notice it in Discord.
Yeah, they could have joined, but there was no chance for them to get the achievement because you have to be on the server in the game for at least like 50% to get that achievement. I just tweaked my back. Ow. So I've updated. Oh, let me stretch for a second. My back got tweaked a little bit. I updated the 7-day server with the new XMLs. Updated it and everything. So should be good to go. Wiped the save.
What's the server name here?
Server name for this game, Flexible Spoon.
Okay.
81%. Yeah, it's going fast now with all those rocket control units coming in. Very nice. It's going to be 83% here.
Well, at this point, we don't really need to worry about the defenses. By the time they get to anything important, it'll be over.
Any idea when we're gonna try this again?
I'm not sure. I can't be streaming tomorrow. I've got my grandparents are celebrating their 67th anniversary.
Nice,
Congrats.
congratulations.
67 years. They got married in 1950. So that's tomorrow's. We have a big celebration, big dinner, and
I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be closer to you tomorrow anyway, Buggy.
oh, nice. You can come over for dinner.
I'm gonna be in Browns Valley, Minnesota, and Sisseton, South Dakota. So.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I am gonna be busy tomorrow. I might be able to get on late if somebody, you know, if everybody's around and wants to jump on like the 7-day server, because you guys are gonna be, you might be slightly mad at me.
Oh boy.
What did you do now?
Oh man, did I make it interesting. I went through all of the spawning stuff, tweaked the spawning, the random, you know, the wandering hordes that we get. So there's a ton of other stuff in there, so we should have a lot more variation. I even put one of them, because it kind of randomly chooses one of those to pick. There's 50 of them that are listed, and one of them I made actually all of the animals. So we could have a wandering horde of like deer and bunnies and and you know
Nice.
and pigs or bears and, you know, snakes. We could have snakes come at us. But added, you know, the snow zombies in with the horde knights. There's one wandering horde of screamers, so it can spawn up to like 15 screamers. I'm not sure if the game will detect that they're screamers though. That's the only thing is, because when it spawns a screamer, it's a special case. It's a special use case. So I don't know. I don't know if it would detect that, yes, those are screamers and you should, you know, behave as such. Those are going the wrong way, Oss. So yeah. Everybody want to come down here for this? We're at 99%.
I probably won't make it because I am way at the top.
Why I turned it off auto launch since we're not.
Oh, okay.
You want to head down?
I am on my way.
Let's see what our final time is. Wait for Condomize to. I just find a red belt and cruise down that.
That's true. By the time I find it, then that's when it'll. Yep, stop.
Could just build it under ya.
I might have. No, I got 29 belts on me. I wouldn't make it that far. Alrighty, I'm getting real close though. As I hold down shift to try to run faster.
I do that all the time too. All right, are we ready? Is everybody here?
Yep.
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 And we're gonna launch it.
I will get one achievement because I haven't launched a rocket yet since the new install. So
Oh, since you've installed it. I thought it's saved with your username.
There it goes.
oh, actually, you know what? Come to think of it, nope. I got smoke,
Oh.
kipper, no time for chit chatting, raining bullets.
28
And
minutes,
legit-
31 seconds. 28 minutes, 31 seconds. 32 seconds if we want to be accurate. So, yeah, 28 minutes late. So, we need to shave. We need to shave 28 minutes.
29, 30 to be safe. I think we can do it though. I really do. You know,
So do I.
a little bit more organized at the beginning, and really working on getting some trees chopped down. Yeah, doing a little bit of research speed at the beginning, probably help out a bit too.
Oh, we got spitters on our coal. On our power station down there. They're just coming in from all over now. Yeah, a little work on getting more resources earlier. You know, knowing that we're gonna need that much copper, knowing that we're gonna need that much iron, we can start getting that up and on the bus long before we actually need it.
Yep.
You know, knowing that we're gonna need, you know, the four lanes of iron. I mean, that's a big one. All that work that Oz did up above, I want to scratch all of that because that was all built and didn't contribute at all to the actual main bus or main factory because that, I mean, he's got his own copper and his own iron and his own steel, and granted, yeah, later in the game it came, you know, he brought some extras down, but all the work, all the time that went into that, that was a lot of time.
I think that I mean really, if right in line with that coal patch and above that, if we had a bunch of smelting set up to bring down that iron from above and feed that in right away, that would probably help.
Yep. I mean, that oil setup went really well. So that went spectacularly. Even though
Yeah.
plastic is now pretty much toast. Oh, that's probably because of the refineries weren't replaced. That's okay. Yeah, that getting that set up right away like you did, and getting it ready. I mean, that made a huge difference in this process. I don't even know if we needed. I mean, we needed about a third of the solid fuel that we had saved up.
Yeah, and in the games I was playing in single player to try and test this stuff out, practice up, I found that the oil was the big thing. That's why I put so
Yep.
much work into that one.
Yeah, the oil setup. We probably could use. Did you look at? Did you work out all of the ratios? I mean, you only have 10 plastic on here. Did you work out the ratios for petroleum gas and all that kind of stuff, or did you just use 10 as sort of a default?
This specific design was designed for plastic specifically. All 10 of the refineries would equal 9 plastic if you cracked everything down.
Okay. And that doesn't include sulfuric acid, I'm assuming.
Correct.
So we might want to ramp up
A bit more
refining,
oil.
yeah, refining a little bit more. That way we can start, as soon as
We
possible producing sulfur, and then we can, get sulfuric acid going and get a whole chest full of barrels and get some battery, get the battery setup going as well. Because that was a great amount of batteries. We never ran out of batteries, which is good.
I wonder if we would have time/resources in there to do coal liquefaction.
Coal liquefaction?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think
does
so.
take it's 200 red through purple, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that would just take more water. That's a huge water drain. So it's always best because you have to actually convert it into steam, and it's
Okay.
it's
Well, I
sort
was
of a
just thinking
nightmare.
about how much coal we had around.
Yeah, we have a lot of coal. That's true.
It's a pretty big drain on resources, and there's not much benefit because as far as it goes, the oil we have, the crude is still capped out,
Yeah,
and
that's still
not even half.
That's 3,900% still on that oil patch right there. So that oil patch has a lot of life left in it. So you could add like 5 more refineries onto that fairly easily, and maybe get those 2 sulfur and maybe 2 to 4 more plastic, and that would be good. But we know now. Yeah, see, plastic is completely obliterated, mainly because of high density. So,
Oh, we're down 2 refineries, possibly
oh,
more. 'Cause it's
that's
missing.
right. Because
Power's off on the top half because those middle 2 are out.
while that
Yep.
refinery has 5 hit points left, wow, it was right on the edge. I do miss my long reach mod.
There we go. That was the issue. It was missing a underground pipe.
Ah, yes, I see. Well, they just tore through that, didn't they?
Yeah, they really didn't like this area.
It's
I
missing.
assume they were taking
It's
out.
missing the one for water too.
Oh, you're right.
There's one there for water. Yeah.
Jeez, they took out that north corner again. We launched that rocket, and all of a sudden they're all like coming at us.
Yeah, they heard it off in the distance, and they're like, "Oh, those guys are launching rockets." What I need is the MIRV. I'd be MIRVing some of those bases.
I take it we like a little CNC. Have you ever noticed my avatar?
Oh yeah. Old school.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I still have Command and Conquer and Red Alert 1 for PS1 before it ever came to computer. And I still have a PS1 to play it on.
You know the name Chris Taylor?
Yeah,
From,
actually,
from Total Annihilation.
yeah.
That was his claim to fame. So here's a guy who has done a lot of strategy games, right? And he was starting to work. They announced and started working on Supreme Commander, and and their offices were in Seattle. Actually, they were in Kirkland, but I lived there at the time, and so I contacted them. I was like, hey, I'm a big fan, and I'm a big modder, and I just love the strategy games. Can I come in and just tour the offices a little bit? Nothing major. And so they were like, yeah, sure. So I went in and trying to see if I could get a job in the games industry. You know how it is. And
Yeah.
I actually went to lunch because I walked in and Chris Taylor was like, "Hey, I'm going to lunch. You wanna go to lunch?" And I was like, "Sure." So I'm at lunch with Chris Taylor, and I'm talking to him about community and how to, build a community and, modding scenes and all of that. And talk to him about my expansion pack idea, which then went into the actual expansion pack without my knowledge. So the Forged Alliance expansion, that was like 90% my concept. And the interesting thing was they allowed me to beta test Supreme Commander. So here I am, got some early builds, internal builds, playing games against the other developers. And so like one Friday, we're like, oh, we got to do a big game, because I was just crushing everybody, and so I play a game against one of the lead developers and Chris Taylor, and we're playing this game, and it was on the 4-person map, and it was me and one guy, one other tester, and against 2 of the developers. This would have been prime like YouTube streaming, but this was 15 years ago, and here's the king of strategy playing, and I can't see his base, and all of a sudden he comes in to our side, and he's got like 100 just heavy gunships. That's what his strategy was. Just build hundreds of heavy gunships. I was like, dude, that was your strategy? You were building this game, and he's got experimental bots. He's got all these other bots. He's got all these other, shield bots and shield, vehicles. And here he is just spamming gunships, man. I was so disappointed. I was like, dude, there's got to be some better strategy. And he's like, yeah, that's pretty much all that works. I was like, man. So sad. So that's my big story on strategy games. I was kind of shocked when Forged Alliance came out, because this was my pitch when I told him. I was like, I got an idea for an expansion. I said, I know the vanilla game isn't out yet, but this is my idea for an expansion. I'll tell you almost word for word. I said, these three races have been battling one another for centuries, and at the end of the game, there's some weird piece that comes in, and the expansion is a species comes in from somewhere, whether it be an unknown part of the galaxy or another dimension. They come in somewhere, and they're so powerful that you have to get the original 3 to ally with one another in order to defeat them. I even went so far as to describe the effects of their weapons. I said, everything explodes. I said, it was Chris Taylor and one of his lead producers. I said, everything explodes in games. I said, what I want to see is a bomb that implodes. I want to see a bomb that sucks things into it and implodes. And sure as hell, man, the big bomber for the new race, when you drop it, it actually implodes. The particle effect is imploding. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was a little shocked and disappointed. Proud a little bit, but I still can't believe that they took my idea and didn't at least give me a shout out or something, like, hey, this isn't our idea. Okay, that's my rant. But anyway,
one of my favorite tactics for CNC, especially I think it was like Red Alert 3 maybe, wherever you could take GDI and have them dig their little foxholes and put up the machine gun turrets, or basically put out a 50 cal machine gun. Yeah, I just built a whole bunch of barracks and just a crap ton of infantry, and I'd just send as big of waves as I could.
Oh
And it
wow.
worked. It worked. It worked real well. You didn't hardly use any resources, and you could just you could get in and decimate things before they could be built, because that's what you were focusing on.
Right.
As you probably noticed, I repaired the oil refinery and focused it all on plastic, and it looks like it's keeping up. But I ran out of coal now.
Oh, coal?
Yep. Or I capped it out. I just have to expand it. I didn't run out.
Well, I actually just crafted the replacement. I didn't know you built the refineries back. I should have checked up here before I crafted the refineries, but you're out of coal. Interesting.
I think the big thing is we had just run out of the stockpile because we've been stockpiling it for most of the game.
Stockpiling plastic?
Yep.
I took those. I disabled those chests a while ago. I mean, there's one chest that still had, you know, a couple hundred in it.
Yeah, probably that one then. Okay. Oh, geez, they're just decimating that wall again.
Oh. Yeah, I like being able to walk in between the mines and put the power instead of having so many undergrounds. I think that's a little bit better.
I prefer to use the undergrounds because then you get more production out of them.
Yeah, I know. But it's literally like one miner every 5 rows, and usually the deposits aren't big enough to really support that. Here, now we got a ton of coal coming in.
You seen the furnace layout for? I know you're not liking the split on the down the center, but have you seen it split on the outsides and put the finished product down the center?
The thing that I don't like about sharing ore and coal on a line is it's almost impossible to then extend the line of smelters, because once that ore disappears from the line,
Yeah.
it's very awkward to get more in there.
If you don't sandwich them together, you can run another line down, and
you can do that, but then it's just taking up more space. And it's like, if you have a full belt of ore going in on each side, you can put in a crap ton of smelters.
Yeah,
and not worry about running out of ore on the line.
What do you do about those running out of room to put the iron on when you produce it?
You mean like the belt is full and...
Yeah. Because like the one down...
I add smelters. I add smelters until the line becomes hard to manage. I mean, look at it. Look at my steel setup. Look at how many smelters I have on this thing. You think that this would have been possible if you would have shared the ore on copper? The amount of ore that this thing is consuming right now?
Yeah,
and we could add. I mean, we could add onto this steel. We could probably add. Looking at how much ore we're actually pushing into this, we could probably add another. Let's see, 2, 4, probably 8 more smelters on this thing, and be pretty good. But for some reason, these are not pushing.
Back in a few minutes.
I don't know why that was. That was weird. So yeah, it's like this setup with steel is really nice. With regular ore, like I said, I have played a lot of games. We've had a lot of multiplayer games where we have that, you know, two-sided belt being used, and it's impossible to extend. Just like this right here. I mean, we could extend this iron line until the ore starts running dry, and then it's like you're fully utilizing it, or the belt itself is maxed out. I don't know how many smelters it takes to actually max out a red belt. See, there's 26 and 2/3 items a second.
48.
Yeah, so you can put 48. Is it 48 on a side or 48 total?
I think it's 48
24.
total.
24 on a side, so 48 total.
So 24 on a side. That's pretty good. And the general idea is one solid belt coming in, if it's absolutely packed, will absolutely be able to pack a belt going out. Whereas if you're half and half, your ore might not make it, especially if you research stack bonuses. Because then they're pulling 2 off at a time, and your ore is not going to make it because it's not moving fast enough. You might be producing it faster or fast enough, but it's just not able to move down the line fast enough. And
the ore though would have to go down the outsides and not down the middle. The middle wouldn't work that way.
Yeah, and I do when I move into, let me drop a blueprint here. I have a blueprint that I use for regular, like, let's see. Oh, there it is. This blueprint is what I use when I move to. Let's try to get somewhere that I can actually place it. This is what I use when I move to electric furnaces. So we have the ore going in the outside, and we have the inside actually bringing the finished product. And then in the middle here, there's 60 smelters in this spot. In the middle here, I actually split, or I offset, and I underground one line going through. Because if you add, let's say you add speed modules into all these, okay, doubles their speed. So you'd be able to effectively pull 2 blue belts off the bottom of this. But you'd need a full blue belt of ore coming down the side here in order to do that. So yeah, this is a full, on either side, you'd need a full blue belt of ore in order to make that happen. But it works really well. This smelting stack I have used now literally for years.
Yeah, that's nice.
Alternatively, as far as the smelting, the regular ones, if you look up at the copper smelter I have, rather than having the copper come out, you bring it to the front. It can get a bit messy if you have an intricate distribution system like that.
Yeah, and like what Condomize was saying, you know, oh yeah, sharing the sides on ore, that'll work if you leave space. Well, every time I've seen somebody do a setup like this, like you having your copper, they never leave space in the middle. There's never any space in the middle for an extra copper to go down in case you wanted to increase the throughput on that. So it's like, yeah, you could, but people like to be compact. And the electric furnace that you saw, I use substations, and that actually forces you to have a gap of 2 in between. So you can actually bring 2 new belts in the middle of all of that. If you have 2 of those setups, you could bring 2 new fresh belts down of ore in order to augment the ore or even build onto the end of it and have even more smelters going. Because right now with that copper setup that he has up there, if that was going full blast, if all of that copper was getting used and pulled away, I think that ore would be hard pressed to make it to the very end of that.
It makes it fine. I'll go pull the copper out. Because if you think about it, one red belt of copper is coming in, and one red belt of copper is coming out.
Okay, let's research stack inserters. Let's see what happens when you do a stack size bonus on those inserters.
Well, that would certainly help in some areas.
Man, these biters are just going. Oh man, they've cleared that whole side of the base. It's like each attack just keeps going and going and going until they die. Then the next attack comes in and they have free reign.
Yeah, up here is kind of like what I was talking about, how the setup. But yeah, with the red belt, I guess once you have it filled up, I mean, you really can't extend it anymore. So extending on,
Right.
does that help any?
It helps when you move to blue belt.
Ah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm gonna log for a bit. Sorry if you didn't get it, but I'll see you all later.
All right. See you later.
There we go. I'm vacuuming it up at the end, but I can let it go if you want to see it get compact.
You're gonna run out of inventory space. The problem with what you're doing is they all those ones that shut off had an internal buffer of 100.
No, I picked them all up.
Oh wow, you must be copper mad in your inventory right now.
I have 4.5 thousand copper wire queued up.
That's gonna take even more space because it's 2 to 1.
I'll just find a chest and dump it all out. Oh, but now the ore is starting to drain. But yeah, this setup does work.
So
I mean, technically, it's the same as running two belts down the center, running two half belts on the outside.
okay, that last smelter doesn't have any ore in it.
Yeah, with 48, you always do have a little bit of, or you usually have one that's idle. Every now and then it'll pop off, though. I think you can get away with 47, but then, you know, it would ruin the symmetry.
Okay, now the last 4. Oh, there's 2 that are just happened to get some ore.
But the ore coming in is not packed either.
Yeah, I tapped out the ore coming in.
Yeah.
You and these weird balancers. It's like, oh man.
The one I put in?
Yeah, this balancer that you got over here is like loop-de-loop.
Yeah. I think it's the one they have on one of the wikis.
Wiki. Is it like a Wookie? It's gotta be
Yep.
like a Wookie.
Looks like they're pulling down our science.
Oh man, yeah. Alrighty, well, 28 minutes. That is what percentage of 8 hours? So there's 16, a 16th, 1/16th, like 12%. 12% off. We need to be like 12 or 13% faster when we try it again. Which, who knows? Who knows when? people want to try it again, I'm always open. If next Saturday comes around and people are like, I really don't want to do 7 days, I want to do some more Factorio, we can try it again. Or the other thing might be true. People might want to do some 7 days stuff instead of this. And so I'm open to suggestions. I was honestly thinking we were going to have more people watching the stream. I don't know if people just don't like me. They don't like me anymore. But yeah, I know. What was it? Yeah, when I was streaming Assassin's Creed. Literally like an hour or two after the game is released, I'm streaming it, and I had 4 people in there. And I was like, what is going on? 4 people?
Big guys, mate. Just the big guys.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have a huge number of subscribers, so it's just an uphill battle. The channel growth is such an uphill battle, and I've been fighting it for. We're coming up on 2 years. 2 years in December will be the anniversary, or the channelversary.
In my defense, I have twins and a daughter that lives 30 minutes away from me, and weekends are weekends that I come and see her. Otherwise, I would have been there to help on the Factorio thing. And Assassin's Creed, I had other things going on. Like,
I'm not suggesting that I have expectations. I just have disappointment sometimes when I put in so many hours, and it's just like it's not well received.
I know the pain. Go look at my channel. I mean, there's only 1 or 2 of my videos that have over 1,000 views, and they're explanations of a mod on Minecraft. It's like, do I need to just do tutorials? I mean, is that all I should do? And so I just demonetized everything and said, screw it. I'm gonna go on a different route of life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
But I totally commend you. Props to you for keep chugging at it and keep at it. You will find a niche at some point. You just have a whole lot more patience than I do.
Well, I've got a niche, and I just need people to find that. Like, the people that play the same types of games, need to find me somehow. And there's only so much self-advertising I can do. So I really rely on word of mouth, other people's Twitter accounts. Like, people just need to say, hey, check this person out, or whatever. And I can't solely rely on YouTube's ridiculous search algorithm for people to find me. And
yeah, YouTube's retarded.
So it's like, I've posted in Discord a few times, where I come across a Reddit post where somebody's saying, hey, are there any good channels that cover such and such a game? And it's like, yes, I could go in there and post, hey, check out my channel. But psychologically, people are a lot less inclined to be amenable to that than somebody else coming in saying, yeah, I've been subscribed to this channel for a year, and it's just great, and blah blah blah, or whatever nightmare BS that you can think of. I mean, that's what I rely on.
That is the ideal situation, and word of mouth is very powerful. But unfortunately, right now, with school starting back up and everything, there's a lot less people sitting with their noses buried in nose and stuff, and I totally understand that. But I mean, I've been in school all summer, but that's just me going to college. So, but it's tough. It is really tough. And one of these days that you have less on your plate, maybe you could check out some other like creator videos, because I know there's some interesting concepts on there. I know a lot of guys are actually going more towards Twitch for streaming, because there's more people flocking to that side because of the BS that is YouTube.
Yeah. Twitch, that's a thing.
You don't sound too enthused on it. I mean, I haven't even checked it out or seen what it takes, so I understand if you hold reservations. I mean, I do too, because change can be a pain in the butt sometimes.
Here's the thing. Here's my resistance with Twitch. Okay, one of the main reasons for streaming for me is to get eyeballs on the channel, because that's my primary push, is the 1,500 videos that I've already got up there. So new eyeballs on the channel is kind of my point. Now, if I'm on Twitch, that isn't immediately associated with my channel. So it's like, you can go on Twitch, I'm like Buggy79 on Twitch. Well, that's not immediately Flexible Games. So you'd have to follow a link, and you'd have to do that, which is, a small number of people would actually pursue that further. So streaming on YouTube is nice because anybody who comes to the stream immediately is aware of my channel, because it's associated with my channel, where Twitch it would not be. And I can't stream on both because I can't watch both chats at the same time. I just don't have the monitor real estate for that at all.
Yeah, that does make sense, and that's why I never actually I did a couple of streams, and that's why I never actually went to Twitch, because if they're coming to my channel anyhow or seeing my stream, then my channel's right there anyway. So I totally understand, but it was just an idea that I know that a lot of guys are going to, because of the new terms and service and everything of YouTube, and the way that they're demonetizing everything for the dumbest things. So
yeah, that's bitten me a few times, and I've actually requested reviews and had stuff remonetized, even though they don't meet the threshold of views that YouTube says it needs before it actually remonetizes stuff. So,
well, that's a good thing. At least you're getting some responses on it.
yeah, I just wish I knew why. When it's demonetized, it doesn't actually tell you why, like it does if you get like a copyright hit. Get a copyright hit, you know exactly the audio clip that sparked it. And
oh, the copyright things, don't even get me started on that.
Oh, the copyright things is just, this is unsuitable for advertisers and has been demonetized. And it's like, why? What is in this that caused that? And you don't know. Because I had like one of my Space Engineers episodes demonetized, and there was nothing in that series.
I liked putting music at the beginning of mine, and I even went to YouTube themselves, sent them an email, and said, hey, what can I do? Where can I go to get stuff that is free, that as long as I post where I got it and who did the music, it will keep my video monetized and I will be okay. And they said, oh, we have a list here. Go use this music, and as long as you use the links that are provided and the citing that's provided, you'll be fine. Well, I did that. Well, then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, everything that I had that thing on was hit for copyright. I'm like, what the hell? You gave me the link.
Yeah. Well, there's one place for music that I can go, and that's Cyberwave Orchestra, and I've already gotten my channel whitelisted with that artist. So I can use his tracks on any of my videos, and not be hit. So that's the one source of music that I have. I don't play music. I typically turn off the music on all the games that I play just because of that. And I don't want to risk. Coming up to, having a video suddenly become popular, and all of a sudden it's one of my demonetized videos because I had, you know, some weird music playing in the background from some game. Like Kanamai says, no, don't anybody sing Happy Birthday because
Right?
that song is actually copyrighted. And it's like, are you kidding me?
I think they've redid that so it is now legal to use it.
I would hope so, because that just obliterates like every family's home video of birthdays. Get flagged for that. All right.
I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm on my phone right now, and it automatically just has it the open mic. So I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background, but if you can hear, there are roosters and chickens. And like I think I've mentioned this before, but I was nailed on a copyright on that, and these are live animals next door to me.
That would be annoying at all. I mean, the chickens and the roosters. I might have to have some rotisserie.
You get used to it after a while, but when I'm trying to watch your videos, because you're not a very I like the fact that you're not obnoxiously loud, but the problem is I like to sit outside because I'm a smoker. Well, if I'm watching on either my phone or my tablet sitting outside, the trains that go by, I gotta sit there and pause it and wait and wait and wait.
Well, you could,
especially if they're slowing down, because they're just gonna be there for an hour, and I'm like, forget it, and just go in my room.
well, most of my older videos have trains. So you'd feel right at home with those. Most of my older videos, almost every single video has a train horn in it. Probably for the first, the first 6 months? Actually, no, over a year. It's well over a year. Where it was such a common thing that, everybody was commenting on it. It was just like, yeah, that's the flexible train horn. Because I lived a block and a half. No, actually, it's just a block. I lived a block away from the railroad tracks. Right at a crossing. So every train that went by, it was just like they were right next door.
Sounds like you lived right down the street from where I live now, because I'm standing on my back deck right now watching the sunset, and I can see the tracks going over the canal behind me.
Oh, nice.
And if I was still in baseball like I was many, many moons ago, before I started getting gray, I could probably throw a baseball and hit that train track, but we never get any younger, darn it.
No. But as far as the stream, that'll have to do for the stream right now. What time is it?
Oh, you didn't turn it off yet?
No, stream has been going this whole time.
My bad.
Let's see. It's only 8 o'clock. Anybody up for some 7 days?
I was about to go get on 7 days myself.
I'll join you on whatever you do.
Also keep in mind this is going to be another death-tastic world. So expect to die many times, many glorious ways. And
I probably bet.
Say that? What?
I was just gonna say I'm probably gonna have to go AFK to get some food again.
Yeah, I'll probably maybe make up some more pizza rolls. But I could stream it. I'll probably definitely stream it. I want to shut down the stream because I want them to be separate streams with different thumbnails and descriptions. Otherwise, they're just clogged together and gummy, and it gets. The pipes need to get cleaned out a little bit. But yeah, give me a little bit, and we will fire up the stream with some 7 days and allow everybody some time to download the mod pack and get that up and running. Make sure their game is updated to 16.4. And we'll hit some 7 days. And David, thank you for the sub. Very much appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate you letting me play with y'all.
No problem. I'm always up for helpful people. We just had, when we started, I don't know, a dozen?
Yeah.
A dozen people start, and it was just like nobody was getting in Discord. Nobody was like cooperating, and it was just like it started getting pretty bad. So I wanted to nip that in the bud as soon as possible. Otherwise, we would have been way
Yeah,
off
so you
track.
restarted it. Yeah. For the 7 days to die, I guess you want people to be patron
Yeah,
for that.
it's right now. It's a Patreon only, just because it's a limited number of slots. The server that I pay for, and I pay
Yep.
for it with Patreon money. So I mean, until my Patreon, totals are able to actually pay some bills.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm kind of living rent free, because my family is very, very, very generous and understanding. Um, so I'm kind of racking up a huge pile of IOUs, and I'm trying to build everything up and get the channel going enough to, pay the bills. And I kind of want to encourage Patreons.
Yeah.
Gently encourage them, even if it's like $3 a month. I want to say, it would be helpful, because right now I'm earning more with Patreon than I am with YouTube, and I didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't think that was going to happen when I started it back in early spring this year. So I'm really happy with the generosity of people and the willingness of people to be supportive and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but I understand that, I lost Bituminous Bear. He's been a Patreon for a while. He had a new child, and his financial situation kind of changed. So I understand that completely, though. So I don't hold any grudges. But yeah, we're gonna do some 7 days, and come back here in, what do we say? How long does it take to make pizza rolls? 15 minutes?
Maybe.
So yeah, let's count on 15 minutes, and we'll fire up some glorious 7 Days to Die death action, because it's a new map, new XML changes. I think kind of a mix of tough stuff and OP stuff. Condomize, I'm sorry, but the quick axe now requires steel.
Oh.
So we're not going to go from level 12 to level 90 in a matter of 5 days.
Yeah, well, at the same time, with your last changes, though, the fact that, your mining skill went up faster, but your player level didn't go up faster. I thought that was a fairly appropriate balance.
Yes, and that has stayed. That has kept the same. So, that it's a nice trade-off where those skills level up like that, because you're almost guaranteed to have the level that you want or need to actually spend the points on. You don't have to power level at all. So that's kind of the point. We gotta get out of this map before the biters overtake us all. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream here, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes, possibly 20, depending on how fast my oven warms up. But anyway, yeah, that'll do it for the Factorio spoon challenge. We'll have to try it again in the future. So I thank everybody for coming by, and that'll do it for this one. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.